All right, welcome to our latest Swampcast. This is our Gator Bowl Swamp, not the Gator Bowl, but the Gator Bowl.
A little pause in there.
Yeah, Gator Bowl Swampcast. Florida, of course, playing Michigan in the Capital One Bowl, which used to be the Citrus Bowl, and Steve Spurrier used to make fun of it. But
wasn't it the Tangerine Bowl before that?
It was a Tangerine Bowl, that's right. And there's a Champ Sports Bowl down there as well that's being played a few days before it. Now, you're going to cover that game, aren't you?
I hadn't planned to. That's news to me.
Boston College and somebody. Michigan State.
Huh.
That's right.
That's not a bad matchup.
Michigan State and Michigan both in the same town. There could be some feuding going on during the same time. But, of course, we'll be down there in Orlando to cover the Florida versus Michigan bowl game. And it's going to be an interesting dynamic in that you have Lloyd Carr coaching his last game. The entire staff, they don't know where they're going. I don't know how it's going to affect them, how it's going to affect Michigan. I tend to think it doesn't affect them as much as some of these other situations where you have interim coaches.
Yeah.
I think that's a worse situation. You know, there's 9 bowl games where coaches are either leaving
that's unbelievable, really.
or have left.
Yeah, and this one isn't an emotional departure, really. It's been, it started at the end of the season. They've all known it was coming, and it happened, and now they're just dealing with it. I don't think it's not going to be a real emotional farewell, I don't think, for Carr or the players.
Yeah, if you're a player, you're a sophomore, say, a wide receiver or a running back, who are you trying to impress, Lloyd Carr or Rich Rodriguez?
I think Rodriguez. I think you want to get out there and spread the field and run reverses and stuff.
Yeah, I brought this up to Urban the other day. Does he think that Rich Rodriguez might be able to help Michigan stop the spread because he knows so much about it? He said, well, Rich is a good friend of mine, and if he does that, he won't be a good friend of mine. But, I would think if I'm Lloyd Carr, I'm at least going and talking to him.
You're going to pick his brain a little bit and say, how do you do this? How do you maybe stop this? What caused you problems in the spread? So Florida's going to have to contend with a little bit of that, I would think.
Yeah, the one thing about it is Michigan's had trouble with the spread. Appalachian State ran against them. Oregon throttled.
Oregon just killed them. They couldn't stop it.
Of course, that was a long time ago. Things can change, but no matter how much they learn about the spread, it's still the same person.
Yeah, you've got to stop it. Now you're talking about stopping a whole different animal in Tim Tebow and the way they run it with Harvin and things like that. So it's a little bit different than what they faced with Appalachian State and Oregon. Yeah,
no question. And I think, again, having Tebow healthy, we saw him the other day get his cast off. And it's funny, I told Urban that Tebow told me that he was 80 to 90% for the game, and Tebow says no. Meyer said no, he's 100%. We're going to make sure. I'm going to give him a hard time about that. We got to make sure he's 100%.
Didn't Urban say put a Band-Aid on or something like that?
Yeah, just put a Band-Aid on.
He'll be okay.
Well, he did play the whole second half with a broken hand, but it will be interesting. I know one of the stories that Robbie's doing down there in Orlando concerns the post-Heisman blues. Some guys get them, some guys don't.
Yeah.
Danny Werfel didn't get them. Troy Smith got them.
I don't think Tebow will. In fact, today I was talking to Percy after practice. He said that the other day he went up to Tebow and actually tipped his hat to him and said, you're doing it the right way. He said that you can't tell he's won the Heisman or anything. He's been just like any other day at practice for him. Harvin said some guys that win the Heisman are going to think they're better than anybody else, but Tebow's out there busting his butt just like he did before, so that's a good sign for Florida.
Yeah, and I think, too, he's the kind of – I think for him, getting back to practice is probably a relief.
Yeah, I think he wanted to. I think he was getting a little bit irritated or tired of all the the people fawning over him, the autograph seekers and things like that. But, I think he was ready to get back to work. You're right.
Yeah, but he was probably tired doing interviews.
Yeah.
So we made him do an extra one yesterday, but that's the way it goes. But it'll be interesting down there. There's no question about it. Florida versus Michigan. Florida's offense against Michigan's defense, which has struggled this year. The one thing that's got to worry you if you're a Florida fan, you should have the home field advantage. In fact, Florida's the home team for this game. But you'll have a lot of Florida fans there. Tough ticket to get. But the one thing that should worry you is that Michigan's had trouble keeping their guys healthy all year, and they all should be 100% for this game.
Yeah, the quarterback and Hart, the running back, they're gonna be full strength, and they're a very tough team to stop, and they're going to give Florida some problems. And I think that Meyer's aware of that. He said today that this is a huge challenge for the defense right now. A defense that showed signs of getting better there at the end of the year with the performance against FSU. Now, can they build on that? And like Meyer said today, one season sets up another. He said 2005, the end of that season set up 2006, and they need to do the same thing this year. They need to close this out with another win to kind of springboard into 2008.
A lot of great matchups will be out there, and we'll highlight those on Gatorsports.com. Derek Harvey against Jake Long is the one I'm looking forward to watching, and as well as Brandon James versus their kicker. Their kickers had 10 kicks go into the end zone and be touchbatks this year.
That's one way to slow him down.
That will definitely slow Brandon James down, so those will be interesting. We'll have all our bowl coverage in the Gatorsports.com and in the Gainesville Sun. But we'll be coming to you live again from Orlando as well. Live on tape, I guess it would be, right?
Yeah, close enough.
After the game. All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Robbie, Andrew, Pat, Dooley saying so long.